Fuzion here, back with another reaction video. Stephen A, first take. They're talking about this Suns trade deal. The new big three in Phoenix: Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, KD, and DeAndre Ayton's lazy ass. But in my opinion, I don't know how this is gonna work. We haven't seen Bradley Beal play with a lot of superstars, especially of this caliber. I'm wondering how he's going to adjust. He's going to have to, well, hopefully he can adjust to not being able to take as many shots. His shot total will go down. He's not going to have the ball in his hand as much. Luckily, he is a great shot creator and can hit some catch and shoot jump shots. So when it comes down to it, that will be another great option. As well as he has a solid handle. So he could play that flex position, playing him at the 1 or 2, as well as having Kevin Durant, who can handle the ball, Devin Booker, who can handle the ball. I think that the Suns need not a smaller time point guard, but someone who is willing to give that ball up and willing to be that person who's not going to get a lot of shots. Like, their main point is to play defense and dish. So there's a couple people that come to mind who could work for that. So yeah, I guess that's the only problem right now, is them trying to fill out their bench and seeing if DeAndre Ayton can play well with others. That's another thing. But if they can find a way to fill out their bench, make their bench stronger, that was their issue last year. They got Terrence Ross at the end of the year, but they didn't really use him. He's a solid player. He can get you 10, 12 points, and some good shots at that. So, but yeah, so let's go ahead and get started, see what they got to say.
All right. It's all right. I mean, I'm not sold on it. I'm certainly not Kendrick Perkins. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. The best team in the NBA. I don't want to hear that. No, I'm not. You got to fill out your roster before I'm willing to make that kind of proclamation. But I will say this. Kevin Durant is that dude. When healthy, we understand it. We understand how special Devin Booker is. I loved seeing him at the 1 when CP3 went down as well. A couple of games, he's shooting like 80% from the field, 60% from three-point range in that series against Denver. It was something spectacular to behold. When you look at Bradley Beal, one of the great players to have not ever been in a conference finals in terms of scoring. I'm speaking specifically about that. It's amazing, JJ, Wendy. There's a lot of people in D.C. that are happy to see him going. There's a whole bunch of people that are happy to see him go. They didn't think he was a winning player. I don't think the numbers show that personally. We know that he's a scoring machine. We know that he was a league leader in clutch time points. All right, we get all of that from him. We see that. And I know that the brother can put up 25 in his sleep. My issue is, who you going to stop? Is there any defense whatsoever? And the depth, that definitely is a question mark as well. They can score.
Yeah, so scoring, they have the offensive bag. They'll be able to score and get good baskets. That's going to be good, obviously. Defensively, I think they're going to have to find, again, just like I said, a guard that can defend. I think that DeAndre Ayton, he's going to have to lean in more on the defensive side because he won't be getting as many shots up. I really just want to hear what JJ Redick has to say also, so let's go ahead and skip. And I don't really care about Big Boy, even though he does have some good call outs, but I don't really care that much.
Certainly are not my favorites to come out of the West at this particular moment in time.
Yeah, it's a bold proclamation from Kendrick Perkins. The key word there being as currently constructed. They've got 5 players under contract. It's more likely now that Campaign's contract will become fully guaranteed by June 28th, and they'll bring him back. I think from a team perspective, I want to talk about that first. Yeah, I have a lot of questions, and hopefully those will be sort of resolved over the next couple weeks, because it is important how they fill out the rest of the roster and which of their free agents they are able to re-sign. Josh Okogie, Torrey Craig, Jock Landale, Bismack Biyombo. Will they trade DeAndre Ayton and sort of get 2 or 3 players back in a deal that can be rotation-level players. The depth, as Stephen A. pointed to, is a big point. Basketball-wise and how Bradley Beal fits with this team, I love it. I love the fit with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. And you called Bradley Beal a scorer, and I agree with you on that. But let's keep in mind, early in his career, he shot over 40% a number of times. The last time he did it was in 2016, 2017. Those were prime John Wall years. He
took over 40% from three.
Over 40% from three, yeah. He feasted off of catch and shoot threes, and he's had a steady decline over the last 5.
Didn't I just say that? He is a catch and shoot guy from the beginning, and I think it'll work if they could find a good point guard who can penetrate and dish. That's what John Wall did, and it could work for Devin Booker as well. That will give Devin Booker a little bit more to work with also, because he also has that ability to become a catch and shoot threat, or even a catch, pump, one dribble shot threat. That's sort of what Kevin Durant does, so they need some sort of slasher, someone who could attack and dish as a point guard and do that effectively. Also finding someone who is willing to take that back seat, because I don't think that DeAndre Ayton is willing to do that. He's going to have to be a defensive guy. I think they should just start Bismack Biyombo. Kick this nigga off the team. Find some other pieces, like some other bench pieces. Start Bismack Biyombo, someone who is comfortable playing the defensive rebounding role, who is comfortable not getting a lot of shots, only getting those put back or like the garbage buckets. Like depending on the point guard, that could be a lob transaction as well for him. So there's possibilities to really work this team, and they're pretty sneaky athletic also. So you have to also account for that with picking a point guard who can run, because this team can run. But they just need to fill out that bench, see what they can do, see what they can find, and go from there.
In terms of not only the percentages on catch and shoot threes, but the volume. He's been asked to do more self-creation, and while he's great at that, I'm not saying he's not. I think his usage rate goes down with this group, and I think he's a beneficiary of the spacing that Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, the attention that they will get, and he will end up shooting, I think, a lot of open jumpers, which he hasn't had over the last couple seasons. Wendy wrote a great article this morning. It just posted about 33 minutes ago. I got through it before I got on First Take. I'll let him touch on all this stuff, but I do want to just say this because it was in my notes. You got 4 guys that next year will be making $163 million. They're already in the tax. Their roster construction going forward is going to be severely limited, particularly in 2 years when the rules around the second apron kick in. And
Yeah, just drop this dude. That's a lot of money on the table. You could get 2 decent guys. Again, I think that Bismack Biyombo could fit this team. I could think of Dwight Howard could have fit. Someone who is their role, protect the rim, get rebounds, catch lobs, get stuff like that. Naz Reid, he is a free agent as well. I think he was playing on the Wolves. He could fit here also. Someone who can, again, I'm gonna keep preaching this because I feel like that they are gonna do something stupid and get a center who isn't going to want to be in the background, and I think they're gonna ruin the team. But I feel like Kevin Durant, and I want to say this also, he is a underrated recruiter, because this is twice now where he got big name people coming to his team. Bradley Beal, that's not an easy pickup. It's not, and that could definitely change the Suns. There's no doubt that the Suns got better already. Now, what they have to work with now, that's where they need to figure out how good that they can be. Because Kevin Durant, you can guarantee he's going to be injured, because that's just seems to be his thing now. You can guarantee great shots from Devin Booker, but you can also guarantee some people playing harder against him because he is a shit talker. So I think they're gonna have a hard run. They just need to clean up that bench, find a point guard who could really work with them. Cameron Payne, I would sign him back. He was just a diet Chris Paul anyway. I think that could work. Someone who was willing to be that pass first guy. I think that's pretty much everything on this video. The state of the Suns, whatever. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. See y'all later. Peace.